Hey guys, welcome back to Matlock's Toy Room Reviews, and today I'm doing another wrestling 2-pack. This is TNA figures. This is Scott Steiner and Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash is definitely my favorite wrestler of all time. It'd be nice to have one in his NWO outfit, which is back in the day when I really liked him. Very cool. I have him from the TNA line though. It looks pretty cool. In black and red, which is awesome. Kind of Wolfpack reminiscent, you know. But and then Scott Steiner wearing some pretty crazy outfit, but very nice. I'm glad to have Scott Steiner. He was definitely a cool character that I liked. Also, there was a Samoa Joe versus Mick Foley, James Storm and Robert Roode. Don't know who they are. And then there was the Series 1 figures, which the only one I picked up from that series was Sting. And then, of course, they have the 6-sided ring, which is pretty cool. And this was made by Jack Pacific in 2010. So very cool. And there was also a single-carded Kevin Nash where he's wearing a different outfit, which I really wanted to pick up. But with my wrestling figures, I'm really just trying to get one of each character. Being my favorite character, I really wanted to pick him up, but I had to hold back so I didn't get too many, just get too carried away with the figures. So this one will do good for me. But let's take a quick break and we'll get these guys out of the package. Alright guys, and we are back with Scott Steiner and Kevin Nash. Very cool. First off, they come with a pair of sunglasses. Not exactly who these are supposed to go with. I'm sure they'd fit on either figure. Get Scott Steiner real quick. He's got this crazy like medieval chainmail armor. It's pretty cool. It does come off. It's kind of soft rubber, so you could probably put that on other figures and it'd fit decently well. But it's really molded just for him. But I don't know why you'd want to put it on somebody else, but I'm sure it'd fit a couple other figures. Anyways, with that off, definitely looks more like Scott Steiner. Very cool. He also got his tattoos. Very cool. Got the S on his ass. And they gave him the really large biceps, which is cool. Of course, he's one of the most ripped wrestlers out there. Pretty large guy. On his boot says Big Bad Booty Daddy. Definitely a cool character. I always liked him. Pretty funny. Articulation on him. He has a pretty good swivel in the neck. Just doesn't really go up and down very well. And he has a nice ball jointed shoulder, goes in and out, back and forward. And there's a swivel at the bicep right there. He has a single jointed elbow, swivel in the wrist right there, and then a back and forward pivot just right at the hand. There is a torso joint, as you can see, but there we go. It's kind of locked up, but it does go up and down pretty well. Swivel at the waist. Nice ball joints go in and out and swivel. Can't tell. Yeah, he has double jointed knees. Kind of hard to see behind the knee pads, but they go up and down. And kind of ball jointed feet, so you can swivel them around and move them up and down. So that's cool. So definitely lots of good articulation on these guys. And there's some cool detail in there. I know it's not all showing up that well on my camera, but there's a lot of veins and stuff going through. It's a very cool looking body sculpt. And onto my boy Kevin Nash. Kind of weird they each only have one elbow pad. That's kind of weird. Very awesome looking figure. You can definitely tell it's Kevin Nash in the face. Got his ponytail going on. Got his tattoo, but looks kind of retarded with the joint doesn't match up. The only way it matches up is if you kind of put it up like that. So his arm has to be in this position to look decent. So that's kind of odd. I don't know why they did that. I mean, I guess with this joint, it's kind of hard to match up the everything together. But you figure they'd at least paint it so the joint would match up in this position. You see, like it's all the way up there, so that's pretty dumb. But, I mean, at least they put the tattoo on there, I guess. I'm not going to complain about it too much. Very cool. So it's Nash on his stomach. He's got a pretty cool like red and black outfit. Very awesome. It's definitely glad to have this guy. Articulation on him, he has a nice swivel in the neck, goes up and down just barely. Same ball joints, single jointed elbow. Seems to have all the same points. The knee joints are where I really see the only difference. It has a double jointed knee, just like Scott Steiner. It's just a little bit of a different design. This design really reminds me of the Street Fighter figures. They have that kind of look to the double joint. Well, as Scott Steiner's, I know you couldn't see that well because they're hidden behind the pads, but his has more like the Marvel Legends type double jointed knees. But these really blend in really well, you know. So that's pretty cool. But definitely glad to have these two guys. Really cool 2-pack. You know, like I said, I'd like to have them, you know, in their NWO costumes and stuff from what I really recognize them as. But, you know, I mean, what are you going to do? I'm not going to pay the crazy eBay prices for them. When I found these guys in stores, you know, I paid like 15 bucks for the 2-pack or whatever it was. So, you know, I settled. And I'm happy. I like both these figures. So, anyways, that was the Scott Steiner and Kevin Nash 2-pack. Thanks for checking them out, guys.